The 2021 NBA season is done, and the Milwaukee Bucks are your NBA champions after they reverse swept the Phoenix Suns in 6 games. Hats off to them. They went on an incredible run and thoroughly deserve this moment. They have earned it. Winning a championship obviously means a lot to a team and its players, and particularly for the Bucks. There are some players on this squad that have had their legacy altered for the better thanks to this championship run. So, in today's video, I'll be taking a look at what this championship means for every player on the Bucks roster, from the stars to role players. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. For more NBA content like this, I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that all being said, let's get right into this. Giannis Antetokounmpo. This obviously means heaps to Giannis and his status as a player in the NBA currently, but also as a legend all time. But first of all, his story to get to where he is now is incredible. He grew up in Greece poor and worked his way to the NBA level, making ends meet with his family. It's truly an inspirational story, and though I won't cover it much now because that's not the point of the video, it's amazing to see how far Giannis has come. It's impossible to hate the guy, so I think any NBA fan, Bucks supporter or not, can appreciate how amazing and wholesome this ring is for him. In terms of NBA debates though, I think this ring has, at least for now, solidified Giannis as a top 3 player in the league currently, and I certainly think a debate could be made for him being the best. Though I necessarily wouldn't call him the best player in the league right now, I'd for sure have Durant over him at minimum. He's proven in this championship run that he can be a superstar in the regular season and the postseason, and that all in all, he deserves your respect. Having him outside the top 4 NBA players currently in the league would be disrespectful, plain and simple. The chip and finals MVP also adds even more to Giannis's ridiculous resume at just 26 years old. He's a 2-time MVP, most improved player, defensive player of the year, and now a champion and finals MVP with 2 of the most iconic finals moments I can remember in recent years. That's already all-time great stuff and would certainly place him at minimum top 20 all-time with so much longer to go in his NBA career. To say Giannis has top 10 all-time potential is an understatement at this point. I won't carry on for any longer about Giannis because obviously there's a bunch of other players on this roster we have to get through. But man, we are truly witnessing greatness right now, and it's crazy that this may be just the beginning. Khris Middleton. Khris Middleton struggled with consistency this postseason a bit, but when he was at his best, he sometimes seemed like the #1 guy for the Bucks. His 40 points in Game 4 was instrumental to their crucial win in that game, including 10 points in the closing minutes of action to shut out the Suns completely. He's now an NBA champion and proven to be a perfect side piece to the superstar that is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was able to lift when it mattered the most, and has quietened the doubters who question his legitimacy as the guy next to Giannis who could help take them to a championship. It's clear this chip means a lot to Khris, and I think it's evident he's earned a lot of respect from players around the league. He's done what many all-stars have failed to do in their careers, and he deserves all the praise he can get. Jrue Holiday. The Bucks brought in Jrue Holiday last offseason via a trade in an attempt to improve the playmaking around Giannis, as the lack of versatility in the offense saw their schemes become predictable, and it became easy for their opponents to wall off Giannis on his attacks to the rim. If Jrue Holiday could provide what was missing to the Bucks core, they were going to be able to do great things. And he's done exactly that. He's been able to fill that role perfectly, bring amazing defense and sometimes great offense to the table, and as a result, it's allowed the Bucks to become so much more dangerous, ending in an NBA championship. Game 5 of the finals was the Jrue Holiday game. He stepped up huge when they needed him the most, both defensively and offensively. There is no way the Bucks win this ring without Jrue, and with his addition, his impact is undeniable. Using hindsight, it's hands down the best move of the 2020 off-season, as the end result of it is a championship for Milwaukee. Drew and the Bucks can bask in all the glory now, as they are NBA champions, and that's just crazy to think about. PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker has been on multiple contending teams before, particularly the Rockets during their era of title contention. However, he's never been able to even reach the finals until now, and it's safe to say he's made the most of it. Many were questioning Tucker's future in the league earlier this season, especially after the Harden trade, but he's become a fantastic role player to the Bucks as a late addition during the season and was very important defensively to their success. As a Rockets fan, it makes me happy to see Tucker have all this success. It was a long time coming, and now the NBA vet can relax, knowing he's accomplished the ultimate goal. Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez is an NBA champion. For some reason, saying that puts a smile on my face. The Splash Mountain has been a core element to the Bucks system for the last few seasons, and to see it pay off for him is great to see. One of the more likable guys in the NBA, and to see him end up with a ring, especially after those dark years in Brooklyn, is fantastic. Jeff Teague. Though Teague maybe got a bit too much playing time for a player of his caliber, especially in the NBA Finals, it's great to see the former All-Star get a ring. As much as he got made fun of for playing as much as he did, he's still been a valuable member of this championship team, and to see him with a ring on his resume is pretty cool to me, especially since he won it with Mike Budenholzer, the coach who took him and the Atlanta Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2015. Pat Connaughton. Out of every role player in this series, Connaughton had to be the most impactful, at least offensively. It just felt like he never missed. He stepped up huge in the prime time, and because of it, he's now a first-time NBA champ. Bobby Portis. Bobby was a key role player for the Bucks throughout the season and lifted big time during the playoffs. His energy off the bench was much needed, and though he became a bit of a meme sometimes, his impact has certainly earned him a flashy ring and the honor of being an NBA champ. Anto Kunpo. Anto Kunpo, alongside his brother, becomes a first-time champion, which I can only imagine is an incredibly special moment for both of them. Getting to celebrate with his brother is going to be special. As I mentioned earlier, the story of the Antetokounmpos and their journey to the NBA is very inspiring, and one we should all appreciate. What's even crazy to think about now though, is that all the Antetokounmpo brothers that have played in the NBA are now champions, as the other brother Kostas won the chip with the Lakers last season. That's just wild. I can vividly remember Giannis celebrating his brother's success at the end of last season on social media and saying how it won't be long before he experiences the same thing. Pretty crazy he was able to follow through on that promise just one season later. Again, what a moment for the family. Bryn Forbes, Justin Jackson, Jordan Nora, Axel Toupane, Mamadi Diakite, and Elijah Bryant. These guys didn't do too much for the Bucks admittedly during this finals run. However, they are on the roster and will receive a ring, and that is something no one can take away from them. I hope they enjoy all the celebrations as they should. They're NBA champions now, and that's great for them. Also, a quick shout out to the guys who are eligible for a ring but aren't on the Bucks roster right now, like DJ Wilson, DJ Augustine, and Torrey Craig. Congrats on your first ring too. Mike Budenholzer. Finally, we'll end with the coach, Mike Budenholzer. So many people were calling for Bud's head during the regular season and throughout the playoffs. And while I don't necessarily disagree with the idea that he should be fired, I think he's definitely earned his spot to remain on the team for at least one more season. As the playoffs went on, his adjustments and rotations improved tremendously, and while I definitely do understand the criticism towards him, he just led a team to an NBA championship, so I think we can give him a bit of a break. After so many prior opportunities to win a ring, such as with the Hawks in 2015, Coach Bud has finally got himself a title, and he deserves a ton of credit for helping organize the system around Giannis that made him so valuable and dominant. He thoroughly deserves this moment. So that wraps it up. That's what the NBA championship means for every player on the newly crowned champs, Milwaukee Bucks. What's the coolest or most satisfying storyline to you? How good is Giannis now to you after securing his first ring and finals MVP? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.